Welcome to Ambassador's Daily Banquet, Odo, your daily spiritual nourishment. Yeah, yeah, we feast on God's word, draw strength from his promises to live as true ambassadors. Jure, receive fresh revelation to empower your faith. Oh yeah, let us step into today's banquet. Come on, step into the banquet.
You know, in any kind of leadership, there's always that moment we all face. The obstacles just seem massive, the goal feels like it's a million miles away, and honestly, the temptation to just throw in the towel is, well, it's real. Today, we're diving into the power of endurance and what it really means to lead without giving up.
And this right here, this is the bedrock for everything we're talking about today. It's so much more than just a nice piece of encouragement. It's a promise, really. It sets the stage for our whole conversation, telling us that if we just keep going, if we do the good work faithfully, a harvest is coming. But only, and this is the key part, if we faint not.
Okay, so what does that actually mean to lead without fainting? It's one thing to say, hey, don't get tired, but what does that look like in the real world when the pressure is really on? Let's unpack the true nature of endurance.
And this definition, well, it tells us something absolutely crucial. Persevering leadership isn't just about passively waiting out the storm. No, it's an active choice. It's an intentional decision to keep your eyes on the prize, to refuse to let that feeling of discouragement or exhaustion call the shots. It's a commitment you make to your calling every single day.
So how do you sustain that choice? I mean, where does that strength come from? Well, it's not about just gritting your teeth and pushing through with sheer willpower. It's built on 3 essential pillars. First, you've got to rely on a strength that's bigger than your own. Second, you have to stay connected through constant prayer. And third, you have to hold on to a vision that's anchored in promises that go way beyond your immediate problems.
Now, this isn't just a theory, right? This is a principle that has been proven time and time again in the real world. To really get a feel for it, we're going to look at a leader who faced just an unbelievable amount of pressure and really lived out this idea of steadfast faith. His name was Nehemiah, and his task, his calling, was absolutely monumental: to rebuild the broken down walls of Jerusalem. Now, this wasn't just some construction job. It was a mission that, to anyone looking at it from the outside, probably seemed completely and utterly impossible.
Just try to imagine the pressure he was under. I mean, it was coming at him from every single direction. He had vicious enemies on the outside, mocking him, trying to stop him at every turn. He had corruption and threats on the inside, with his own people taking advantage of each other. And maybe the worst part of all, the growing despair and discouragement among the very people he was trying to lead.
And yet, despite all of it, despite the attacks from the outside, the fighting on the inside, and the doubts spreading through his own team, Nehemiah did not stop. He stayed the course. He was the very picture of persevering leadership. You see, Nehemiah's perseverance wasn't just about his own personal strength. It had this incredible ripple effect. And this is exactly why a leader's ability to endure is so critical, because it doesn't just affect the leader, it affects everyone.
It really comes down to 2 very different paths, doesn't it? On one side, you have the weary leader. Their exhaustion spreads, it discourages everyone, and all the progress just grinds to a halt. But on the other side, the persevering leader, their endurance becomes the fuel for the whole team. It inspires commitment and, you guessed it, ensures that real, long-term growth can happen.
The legacy of perseverance goes so deep. It's about so much more than just getting a project done. It actually builds character in the people you're leading. It teaches these priceless lessons about what it means to be committed, to be patient, and ultimately, by sticking with it, you're showing others what faithfulness looks like, which is what's needed to fulfill the mission. So let's bring this home. How do we take this from a cool idea to something we actually do? Because this isn't just a concept to admire in historical figures, it's a commitment that we can live out in our own lives right now.
And that brings us to a really direct, really personal question. A moment for some honest reflection. In our own work, our families, our calling, are we really persisting when things get tough? Or are we letting go and giving up a little too soon?
So let's make this something we can actually do. Here's a simple 3-step commitment. First, just take a moment and honestly evaluate where you are. Where are you tempted to quit? Second, make a decision. Declare it. Say, I am going to lead with endurance. And third, once you've made that choice, just press forward, trusting that your persistence will get you where you need to go. Look, this isn't about changing everything in your life overnight. It's about starting with one thing. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question. What is the one area, one project, one relationship, one personal goal where you will make a conscious choice to
Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and comment. Your host, God Servant, David F. Noifulu.